Ambassador Kethvar's crystalline exoskeleton clicked nervously as he watched the human delegation disembark from their crude metal vessel. The Galactic Council had made what he was increasingly certain was a catastrophic error in judgment. "Remind me again why we invited the humans to the Deathworld summit?" he asked his aide, a serpentine Scythak whose environmental suit hissed with each breath. "Because," the aide replied through his translator, "they technically qualify. Their homeworld, Earth, meets 17 of the 20 criteria for Class 9 Deathworld designation." Kethvar shuddered. Even the hardiest species in the galaxy rarely survived worlds that met more than 8 criteria. The summit was meant to be an exclusive gathering of the most resilient beings in known space, those who had conquered the most hostile environments imaginable. Species like the rock-eating mollicans from the volcanic hellscape of Pyros 7, or the radiation-immune Xanthari from the neutron-bombarded wastes of Decay Prime, and now humans. The human delegation approached the crystalline meeting hall. Their leader, a middle-aged female with graying hair, walking with casual confidence across ground that registered 847 degrees Celsius. She wore only a thin environmental suit, the kind other species used for mildly toxic atmospheres. "Greetings," she said, her voice carrying clearly through the communication array. "I'm Dr. Sarah Chen, representing Earth. Beautiful facility you have here. Reminds me of Death Valley in summer." Kethvar's translator struggled with the reference. Death Valley? They named their locations after death and spoke of them fondly. The opening ceremony took place on the observation deck of Terminus Station, orbiting the galaxy's most notorious death world, Abaddon Prime. The planet below writhed with continent-sized storms of acid rain, while its 3 suns bombarded the surface with radiation that could kill most sentient life in minutes. "Welcome." "Hardy survivors," boomed Warlord Threx, a towering Mollican whose rocky hide still smoldered from his homeworld's volcanic environment. "We gather to share the secrets of our survival, to honor those who thrive where others perish." The assembled delegates, representing 12 of the galaxy's most resilient species, nodded solemnly. Each had earned their place through millennia of adaptation to impossible conditions. "Perhaps we should begin with introductions," suggested High Priestess Zixara, her chitinous form clicking as poisonous gas vented from her breathing apparatus. "I hail from Toxicus, where the very air dissolves organic matter. Our species evolved immunity to 1,847 different lethal compounds." Murmurs of respect rippled through the gathering. Warlord Threx stepped forward next. "The Mollicans of Pyros 7 swim in lava flows and consume molten stone. Surface temperatures reach 2,000 degrees Celsius. More appreciative sounds." One by one, the delegates shared increasingly extreme survival stories. Pressure differentials that would crush starships. Gravity fields that compressed matter into exotic states. Radiation levels that sterilized entire systems. Finally, all eyes turned to Dr. Chen. She stood slowly, glancing around the assembled group with what appeared to be amusement. "Well, this is interesting. You've all specialized, haven't you? One thing each: heat, cold, radiation, pressure, toxins." The translator caught the condescension in her tone, and several delegates bristled. "Earth is different," Chen continued. "We call it biodiversity. See, our planet doesn't just have one thing trying to kill us. It has everything." She activated a holographic display showing Earth's surface. Deserts where the ground reaches 70 degrees Celsius during the day and drops to 40 at night. Ocean trenches with pressure that would crush your volcanic swimmers like insects. Atmospheric storms with electrical discharges that dwarf stellar flares. Toxic swamps, radioactive regions, areas where the very plants produce compounds designed to kill anything that touches them. The display shifted to show various Earth creatures. Oh, and then there's the wildlife. We share our planet with creatures that hunt in packs, inject paralytic venoms, crush prey with hydraulic force, or simply swallow things whole. Some of our insects carry diseases that have killed more humans than all your death worlds combined. Kethvar's exoskeleton had stopped clicking. The chamber had gone silent. "But here's the really fun part," Chen said, her smile widening. "We don't just survive on Earth, we thrive. We've spread to every continent, every climate, every environment. We've learned to not just endure these conditions, we've learned to love them. We climb mountains that would freeze your heat-adapted species solid. We dive to ocean depths that would implode your pressure-resistant shells. We voluntarily travel to our most dangerous regions. For fun, she gestured to her fellow humans. My colleague here is from Siberia, where temperatures drop to 60 Celsius and humans still raise families. Our pilot comes from Mexico City, 200 meters above sea level in an atmosphere so thin your respiratory systems would fail in minutes. Our engineer grew up in the Australian outback, where literally everything is venomous, poisonous, or designed by evolution specifically to kill humans. The Australian engineer, a sun-weathered man in his 50s, chuckled. Mate, you forgot the drop bears. Christ, the drop bears, Chen agreed, shaking her head. Anyway, you get the idea. We didn't evolve on a death world. We evolved on the Deathworld, the planet that makes all other death worlds look like luxury resorts. Warlord Threx found his voice first. But how do you not just survive but prosper? How do you maintain civilization under such conditions? Dr. Chen's expression grew serious. Because we learned something your species never had to learn. We learned that the deadliest thing on our planet isn't the environment, she paused, letting that sink in. It's us. Humans are the apex predator on a world full of apex predators. We didn't just adapt to survive Earth's conditions, we became the most dangerous thing on it. We learned to work together, to use tools to turn the environment itself into a weapon. She gestured toward the acid storm planet below them. You see Abaddon Prime down there and think uninhabitable nightmare. We look at it and think Tuesday. Give us 6 months and we'd have research stations on the surface, mining operations in the storm systems, and probably a vacation resort for the more adventurous tourists. The silence stretched on until High Priestess Zixara spoke in a barely audible whisper. By the void. We invited an invasion force to assess our most dangerous worlds. Dr. Chen laughed, a sound that somehow managed to be both friendly and terrifying. Invasion? Oh no, you misunderstand. We didn't come here to invade. She looked around the room at the assembled delegates, each representing species that had conquered impossibly hostile environments, and her smile widened. We came here to get new ideas for vacation destinations.